Welcome to Break Into Tech Show with Professor Temi Akinwumi of My IT University, a multi-award winning tech CEO, career coach, and mentor. With decades of hands-on tech career, will ensure your career dreams come true. Join our extraordinary show today on groundbreaking topic for a successful career. Do you want a $100,000 job as a cybersecurity professional, Scrum Master, Business Analyst Software QA, Cloud Architect, Data Analyst, Technical Recruiter, and more? Visit www.myituniversity.com to schedule a call. Come and get inspired to secure a lucrative job, keep the job, and grow on the job. Relax, receive, and see results. We're glad you're here. Share, like, and comment.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining. My name is Professor Temi Akinwumi, and I'll be your host for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking out of your very busy schedule to be here with us. Today, we're going to be having a very wonderful discussion, and I have here with me one of my mentees that have become a mentor that broke into cybersecurity from zero level, like no tech background, no college degree in tech. So the topic today is gonna be the road to a high-paying cybersecurity career. My story, our story. She will introduce herself and we'll get started. For people that have never met me before, I've been in tech for 3 decades, and I've been mentoring now for the past 18 years. I'm a multi-award-winning tech CEO of my IT University and of Top Technologies. We are the big tech nations, and we want to make sure that you can also be part of the big tech nation to get big tech jobs. And that's the plan. So thank you so much, everybody. If you're trying to break into tech, feel free to schedule a call with me on our website, www.myituniversity.com. And also, you can also feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is going down there, 240-350-6159. I will also text me, and I can help you get started breaking into cybersecurity. So thank you so much. And I want my guest to introduce herself, and then we can get started. Introduction, Miss Lady. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Hi, everyone. My name is Nica Musa, and I am a cybersecurity analyst.
Very good, Nica. Welcome. So, can you share with us, how did you get started into tech? Do you have any tech background? Any college degree in tech? What is it like for you?
Tech was it wasn't something that I was familiar with. I came from the health field. I knew nothing about tech, and I needed a start, and I bumped roads in several places that I tried. And when I came to my IT university, that was when my story started. So it's doable. I thought it was something that I couldn't do when I first started. And I am thankful to my IT university because they showed me that it could be done, and I'm an example that it can be done.
Wow. Very good, Dan. I see your story, how you evolved from zero to hero. It's truly you, because without a tech background, you are able to be who you are today. And we're thankful for that, how you've evolved over time to become, broke into tech, and now you've been in tech for a while now. So we're thankful for the opportunity to be able to not only impact you, but impact so many people, because at this point in time, we have imparted more than 1,000 plus engineers into tech. So that's really good. And one thing I like about you is your positive attitude. I always use you as a guinea pig. I always pull you like, Nica, you need to come. Nica, you like pretty much be my scribe. Like, okay, you need to get this slide together. Like, not really slide together. Like, we need to get this um like the new team, we're forming new team for the project. You need to able to put some stuff together, like have a team meeting, like you're pretty much like the captain of the little project, and you're always ready, always put you on the spot, present, and you're always ready to go. And as soon as we start seeing that, you start seeing the projection. So I'm so grateful that you are accountable to yourself. And when you are accountable to yourself, even though you trying to mentor or be a team leader, you're not only doing that for the team, you're doing that for yourself first. And you obviously can see that how everything
Yes.
changed to a six-figure role,
Yes.
for you. Okay, that's very good. Um, so let's talk about getting started into cybersecurity. What's actually inspire you to consider cybersecurity? What inspire you?
Um, there were several motivations. With the way the job market was, I needed something with flexibility, the income, with the way that everything was going up, um, and then family, being able to take care of my family, and those kinds of things, and then just wanted a change, in my life. Those were the things that were motivating me to take that leap. And then also meeting Prof. That played a big role. Like I said, I tried other programs and I was just about giving up. And um, I met Prof, and my story changed.
Very good. Yeah, very good. I'm glad that you we met, that you try again, because many people out there that they gave up because they've tried so many programs and they can't break through. And one of the things I always tell people is that the tech journey is more than training.
Yes.
For us, it's five pillars. For
Yeah.
us, it's a pipeline. For us, is a roadmap that we put together, and you have to go through the roadmap. When you finish the training, you are 50% off on the roadmap. The other 50% is the internship, the mentorship is the other 50%. So it's more than just training. So for us is training, is coaching, is mentorship. So training and coaching is 50%. Mentorship and internship is 50%.
Yes.
And that is it. So it's five, and the on the job support if need be. But if you come through my program, my IT university program, and you did the 50-50, by the time you finish, you don't need any job support at the job, because you have it. You have practicalized it. You've seen the use cases, you've seen the scenario, you've done projects for Toyota, for Walmart, for UNICEF, for different organizations, and it's continuous. So this gives you the exposure. I'm glad that you mentioned that. So another question that people want to ask you is that, can you walk us through a day in the life of a cybersecurity analyst that you are? Can you walk with us from your when you get to the office to when you close? How does that look for you? Do you work remotely? Do you work hybrid? Do you go to the job? And how do you project through the day?
For me, my role is a hybrid role. So there's some days that I'm in the office, because I actually have to do in-person visits, in-person interviews, and then there's some days that I work at home. And it's basically meetings, reports with deadlines. Um, it's GRC compliance. Um, so we go through those reports. We meet in subgroups, and then we have general meetings. So it it's easy in one sense, but you still have to put in the work. You just can't just assume that, oh, okay, because I have one meeting today, so I'll just take it lightly. Um, but typically, that's how it is for me with my role.
Okay. So you do you get to be on the phone with customer? Do you get to go through emails, status meetings, things like that daily or every other day? What does that look like?
For the days that I'm not in the office, those are what I do, or like I'm assigned the subgroups. We have meetings with those groups to either solve one or two problems or deal with one or two problems, and then we have monthly meetings. So we have daily meetings, which is just basically, where you're at, what you're working on, and how far you've gotten. If you need any support, and then you have meetings that happen once a week for different subgroups, and you report on where you work with your team members. They could be from different departments, working at different angles of that issue, and you try to move that project forward. And then we have our monthly meetings where they recognize different departments within compliance.
Very good. Oh, I'm so glad that we can look through your day in the life and how you're able to collaborate and work with others. And that takes me to the next question. What are some of the soft skills and hard skills that you are able to use right now in your role? That
Some of
without
the
the tech
soft skills.
background. Yes, go ahead, please.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Some of the soft skills, they involve being able to talk, to present things in a way that someone without a tech background is able to understand. So for me, not having a tech background, that came natural, um, because a lot of times when you're in there with CEOs, or maybe someone from business, they're not gonna understand like all that tech jargon. But when you present your data in a way that they'll be able to understand it, that's a skill that is not typically, you won't think you need, but it's actually important, is equally as important in having the technical skill. And not all cybersecurity roles involve heavy tech, so to speak. So there are lots of roles out there that recognize those soft skills. So what's the point of collecting data, or working on a project, but you can't present it to the department that needs to provide the funding for it, um, to be able to solve the issue. So writing, speaking, those are some of those soft skills that you can't buy. You can't get by doing heavy tech, so to speak. If you're not a good speech giver, maybe take a couple of speech classes, or put yourself in positions where, I know, like in my IT university, I used to always want to read, even when prof, it's like, okay, can somebody else speak? I knew I was doing it just so that I would be comfortable in, being in that position, being able to, speak to rooms, having an audience, even when I don't know them, to work through those nerves. I still make a lot of mistakes. She tells me all the time, you got to cut out the, but I'm pretty sure you can count how many times I'm
I
saying,
know.
even speaking now,
Well, you
but
speak better now. You don't say I'm trying to. I was trying to pick that, but I was like, oh, it's changed. It's different now. So
so
you.
those are the things that you can work on your own, by pushing yourself, putting yourself out there. Even when you do fall, it's okay. You just get up and you correct it, and you just keep putting yourself out there more and more.
Very good. So it has actually put communication. It has actually really did well. It improved very well. Communication, collaboration, teamwork, analytical reasoning, effective listening. Leadership. Because everybody has a little bit of these things. Empathy. Being able to understand from that person's point of view. Working together with other people, being a team player, organization, time management,
Hmm.
prioritization. All these things are skills, believe it or
Hmm.
not, that you have already, that you can just decide to work better with. right?
Mm-hmm.
Problem solving. Yes, all
Mm-hmm.
these things are skills. And you mentioned tools like simple tools like Microsoft Word, Excel,
Mm-hmm.
presentation, Outlook, Teams,
Mm-hmm.
Zoom. These are also skills. Picking call phone to call somebody. How are you doing? This is Nica. I hope you are doing well today. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Be nice to them. There are people like you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they are under pressure too. So you need to help them to help you. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Working out to work with people.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Some people might be hard to work with, but if you present yourself in a way that they know that you want to help them, they will be easy to work with. You need to
Yes.
understand those people too. So that those are skills that some of us have already, and those skills can help us do well as we breaking into cybersecurity. Thank you so much for that. So looking into tech now, what are the emerging technology that you use right now, that you see shaping the future of tech? Because people are saying AI is going to take cybersecurity away. I was like, huh? Really? AI actually, we use it every single day, every single time, and it's just going to make our work smarter, faster. It's not going to take our job away. What's your take on that?
My take on that is, it's always good to be ahead of the curve, because whatever tool it is, you still need human to be able to operate it. It's not going to work without human. Um, AI might be able to add numbers for you, but you also need to be able to recognize where the mistakes are. So if you know in your head that 4 plus 4 is 8, and or above, 7, and AI does the math and gives you an answer like 6, automatically you know that there's a mistake somewhere. The output is only based on what you put in it. So my take on AI or whatever tool that comes next, um, you're still going to need human to be able to
Exactly.
operate it. So if you use it or look at it as an advantage, then it becomes an advantage. But if you look at it as oh, it's going to take my job, then that's, that you're just setting your own self up for failure.
Exactly.
That's my take on it.
Yeah, because we use AI every day, Copilot, Chat GPT to do a lot of stuff every single day. So it's just gonna make us faster, better and all that. And people also asking, are cybersecurity role dying out? Are there no jobs out there? What do you see out there?
In my opinion, I don't think cybersecurity, with the emerging technologies, the new apps, and the new, everything that's coming up, the new companies that are coming up, everything, at some point we didn't know about cloud, and now lots of companies are hosting, data in cloud. So there's going to be more protection needed, as the technology, goes. As we change technology, we're going to need to change ways in which we protect, our data essentially. So I don't think, even if tech jobs go away in certain areas, cybersecurity is not going to be one of them, in my opinion. I don't see
Yes,
cybersecurity jobs going anywhere.
exactly. Because there's cybersecurity in every industry. Just look example of all some of our stakeholders program and project that we do under our internship, looking at Toyota, looking at Walmart, looking at UNICEF, look at Verizon, look at the university, look at the banking, financial institution.
Mhm.
See, so look at the federal systems, look at the oil and gas, look at the energy company. See,
Healthcare.
there's tech everywhere. Look at telecommunication. Look at UNICEF, like a non-profit.
Hmm.
There's cybersecurity in every industry, so
Yeah.
they need people to be able to work with them. Look at third-party vendor. Everybody deal with third-party vendors, suppliers,
Hmm.
contractors. You need to vet
Hmm.
them. You need to make sure that they have their questionnaire set up, ready to get a contract. That's an area. Third party. Look at ISO. Look at EPA. Look at iTrust. Look at RMF, NIST frameworks, and all of this. Look at PCI DSS for Mastercard, credit card organization, and
Hmm.
Visa. These are all the different industry that we can use to get into cybersecurity, into compliance, risk management. See, so
Mhm.
there's so all this area we mentor people into many different areas of cybersecurity. So let's talk about. Thank you very much. Let's talk about how did our training, our program at Might University help you kickstart your career?
Um, my IC University, I started with the Security Plus course and the GRC course, and then we did the lab, the cybersecurity analyst lab um, course. So with the Security Plus, after taking the course, I was able to study and pass my Security Plus exam. The GRC course that helped me to land my compliance role. Um, and it just opened my eyes. The lab course, sometimes, not everybody showed up, even though people paid for it. Um, but I got to see the advantage of showing up. It might look hideous and heinous sometimes, but if you put in the work, you're definitely going to rip what you sow. You just have to trust the process. I remember when Prof used to say trust the process. I didn't understand what that meant, but by the time I got to doing my interviews, half the time some of the language, some of the questions in the interview, I didn't understand, but like I started putting things together as I was going through the process. I stopped asking questions and I just, kept doing, and it started making sense. So sometimes things will not make sense, especially if you're just starting out, but just trust the process, follow the steps as she's given them to you, put in the work. Put in the work. That's a big one. Just because there are mentorship, there's all these other things. If you're not absorbing them the way you're supposed to be absorbing them and going out and doing your own research, to add on, and taking them seriously, doing the projects and taking them seriously. Some of my interview questions, I was able to answer them based on those internship, projects. She has that mentorship program. I would, come through the mentorship program and sort of ask my interview questions, somehow like sneak them through just so that I'd kind of get some kind of reference point to, but you have to show up for those things. If you don't show up, it's going to be useless for you. So
Mm,
you have to really, if you're paying for the class, make it worth your while. And I guarantee you're not going to not have a result that's positive.
exactly. Thank you so much. And many a times those people that don't come, that don't show up, is because they pay for them. We have a lot of sponsors for our program, and that's why I have to report to the sponsors that people that you paid for are not showing up for your program because they didn't pay for it. If
Mm,
you pay for something, you will show up for it. But if somebody pay a lot of money for you and you are not serious,
mm,
then you don't show up. And you know, uh, being an African teacher, I'm just kidding. I don't want to go and use cane to get people from. Where are you? You are not in class. It's kind of funny, but why are you not in class? Kind of saying that because I don't understand why people will not come to class. Class is fun. We have all these little groups. We have, working together as a team so that it's not going to be too much work on you. You are working with other people, constantly doing your assignment as a group, as a cohort, submitting and coming back to review, you know. So it's always good to follow the process, follow the pipeline. It's not that difficult. It's just that you have to be in a mental place to do it. They always say something, they said, you cannot force a horse to drink water. If you take a horse to the stream, you can take it. But when it's time to drink water, you cannot put their head down and say, drink water. No. They will, if they don't want to drink, they will not drink it.
yeah.
So they have to be willing to drink water and make it easy for you and them. So we are here. We have everything it takes to help you break in. But are you ready? And that's why you always see me talk to everybody that want to break in. Are you ready? Do you really want to do this? Don't waste my time and don't waste your time. If you want to do this, let's go. That make it easy. So that's what it is, right? Going through the pipeline, Be willing to learn, be ready to learn. And you remember, we always do the Security Plus and the GRC, but the Cybersecurity Analyst Lab is always the last thing if you want to take it. Like you came through a special program, your special program require all the three. So that's the third, the last one is the advanced class. See?
Mhm.
And which is good to add on. When you look back now, you see, wow, it's good I took the advanced class.
Yeah.
Because it's the hands-on that you do all these tools, 8 weeks of tools,
Yep.
which is good. At the end of the day, you can always go back to them to see how it works. Very good, very good. I'm so glad that you are able to put all these things together to achieve your aim and your goal. So, looking at where you came from and what you are doing now, what are the benefits of your role? What are the things you see? I always tell people, "Oh, tech has a lot of benefits. What are some of the benefits that you see out there concerning different areas of life and amenities and you know just different area?"
Just the freedom to be it definitely reduces your pressure. It puts you at a better mental state because some of the worries or stress that you worry about in terms of finances, you're able to now take care of them because of the tech opportunity that you have. um, and then your well-being also, it's also improved, working partially from home and the office. On certain days it gives you, like, okay, my meeting is at 8, so I don't have to like get up, like 2 hours ahead of time to get ready to go to the office. So that flexibility. um, and then travel wise, just more time with family, more time to invest in yourself and grow. And just because you have a nice tech um, opportunity doesn't mean that you need to stop working on yourself, because cybersecurity tech as a whole is a field that is always changing and always emerging. So you always have to keep learning new things. You have to keep bringing new things to the table. You don't want to be left behind. So in that aspect, there was a lot of time in my hand, um, a lot of flexibility in my hand, and it's because of um, my tech job.
Very good. Thank you. So there's a work-life balance. You have the flexibility. You can work anywhere in the world. You have hybrid roles. They help with education. If you need
Hmm.
to continue your education, they help with medical expenses,
Hmm.
travel expenses, things like that. They get you your tools, your equipment, whatever you need. Most of them will mention to me, or they give them credit cards to go for shopping. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool, right? Who doesn't want extra money or gas money or metro money or whatever?" So those are extra benefits that you get from tech. Thank you very much for mentioning that. Is there any advice you will give to your younger self? Looking
Um,
back now.
I just wish I had started sooner. That's
Oh, wow.
um,
Everybody's saying that.
that's the one thing I wish. I wish I'd started sooner or met you sooner.
I know, met me sooner, right? Exactly, exactly. That's
So
so what
that's
did
the
you
only
say met
thing.
me sooner? What's different between me and what you've seen before?
With what I've seen, the longevity and the fact that you stay having um, outlets, even after class is done, because I could still come to a mentoring session now and still absorb. So it doesn't even matter what level you are in tech, whatever level, like she prof said in the beginning, she's been in tech for over decades. So whatever level you're at, there's always a question. And having that mentorship once a week is not just for the people that are just coming out of class. I've been able to network with her previous, students, that are in tech and have been there, years and so forth. Um, and that's a good, place to be, to always know that you have a place where you can get the help that you need, for whatever project you have that you're working on with whatever company you're working for. So that's
Very
one
good.
of the things that, um, I see with my IT university that I didn't really get, because with most of the programs that I tried, it was like once they were done, that was it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're left like scrambling on your own. Um, because half the time when you start, you're lost, but if you're trusting the process, eventually things are going to start making sense. So by the time things start making sense with most of the other programs, there's nobody to help complete the
You're
process.
making sense
So
on your own.
yeah, so you're pretty much on your own then. So yeah,
Mm. But with Mighty University, you're able to make sense with us. You're able to sit down and present. You're able to, I always tell people mentorship is very important, and the internship, and also being able to sit one on one with the mentors, and they be able to guide you and help you and be able to understand exactly, if you need help with anything, somebody is always going to be in the community to help you. So that's a very good plus. Okay, very good. Is there anything we have not mentioned that you would like to mention, and any final word of encouragement for our listeners?
um, um, I'm trying to think of what we haven't mentioned before, but what I would just like to say is just don't give up. And It's not a journey where you're trying to serve two masters. If you're going to make IT your career, just go all in. Don't, try to like do it while you're, I sometimes, financial situations or family situations, it makes it difficult to just go only after IT, and be patient, because this idea that, like, oh, I'm gonna, do something for like 1 month or whatever, and then just be making, some ridiculous amount of money. Um, Even you, if you owned a company and somebody told you, and you're hiring, would you, put yourself as that company that's trying to hire you, so you would now be able to estimate if you've actually put in the work. Yeah, I can put in, a 1 year work in 3 months, by grilling myself, being on top of stuff, studying for, hours a day and so forth, going online, going up and down on my LinkedIn page and so forth. But if you're not putting in the work, like I'm putting in 4 hours a day, and then you're in the same class as I am, and you're barely putting in 1 hour a day, you know, then don't get mad at me if I get a job, within that 3 months.
Mm.
So put in the work, put in the time, you know, and you will definitely see results.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Put in the work, put in the energy, put in the time, and you will definitely see the result. That's a very good one to add on to our discussion. So we've been discussing about, you know, the roadmap that Nica has used to earn ourselves a high-paying cybersecurity role. And anybody can achieve that if you are ready. Don't procrastinate. Just reach out to me and I will help you break into tech. You can schedule a call. It's scrolling down right down here, www.myituniversity.com, or you can also reach out to me on my phone number. It's actually displayed earlier. Okay, feel free to reach out on the phone number. We have classes for Saturday, we have classes for weekday evenings, whichever one you prefer. We are able to help you. My phone number is scrolling down here. You feel free to send a text. I'm gonna make it happen for you. Okay, don't procrastinate. So looking at the different tools at Nica that you use right now, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, are those the same tools that you also use at your job
Definitely.
right now?
Um, yeah, definitely. So we use WebEx instead of Zoom for our meetings, but it operates just the same as Zoom. Microsoft Word, when I have to type my reports and so forth, we use, there's another one. where we what's the name of this one? It's also by Microsoft. We use a plethora of Microsoft
Okay, too.
products like PowerPoint and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's a lot. So most of them
Share
I
it.
don't use on a daily basis, but for certain projects, I might have to either go in and add stuff um,
Remove
or
stuff.
use it to schedule things or and things like that.
Very good. So most people already have those things, so they should be willing and ready to try cybersecurity and tech as a whole. So thank you so much, Ednika. I really appreciate your time. So what we're telling everybody out there is don't procrastinate, don't delay. Join us, reach out, try tech. You will not regret tech because here in the community we're gonna help you, to break in. We just not gonna just help you get the job. We're gonna help you keep the job and grow on the job. Enika have been in tech now for a while, broke in the tech with me, and I've still been mentoring them all. They are all here. They are all
Yes.
here in the community. So don't be afraid. People say, "Oh, so what's gonna happen after we broke in or after we finish the course?" No, you are still in the community. We are supporting you for a lifetime, right, Ednika?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly. So there's a lifetime support. So you can always come back, always be here. We meet every Saturday for support, for mentorship, for internship, so project and so on and so forth. So thank you so much, Enika, for coming today, for sharing your story, for encouraging people out there to consider tech, to try tech, and they will never regret it. If you can do it, anybody can do it. It's not rocket science. It's no coding, no math, no background that is technical. It's pretty much process, paperwork. That's what it is. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Ednika. Until next time, it's bye from now. My name is Professor Temi, and here with me is Ednika. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank